The date is 24th of February 2017, and the game company Team Cherry releases a small indie game called Hollow Knight. The date is now 20th of August 2023, and I'm just now playing this game. Two thoughts are running in my mind before I even open this game. Why is this game so popular? And why does it have a 10 out of 10 score on Steam? Oh, and one more question. Why is this game literally 27 hours long? So I got the game for myself to try it out without the intention of finishing it, and this game gave me something I never thought I could experience. So I started the game, and straight away it hits you with a beautiful main menu screen. Looks pretty normal, honestly. And just like every game I play, the audio is blasting through my eardrums, so I had to turn it down. First things first is I turned down the fucking audio. After all that, I finally started the game to the starting cutscene. Honestly, I didn't really understand it. Now I'm falling down somewhere, and I guess this is where the game starts. There is a starting area which pretty much just teaches you how to play the game. The art style in this game really captured my attention. It's simple, and yet even though it's simple, it's still loved. After the introduction area, you will enter Dirtmouth, the fading town. You can buy stuff here and rest and buy other stuff. It's a depressing town to say the least. Anyways, we roll. I travel through the underground ruins, killing enemies and dying a few times. I buy a map of some random bug for like 30 of whatever the fuck these are, but you get them from killing things. I run into my first difficult enemy, I get absolutely destroyed. I come back for another shot and put him through as much pain as he put me through. Oh, and I also saved a cute little bug. Oh my god, that's so cute. But later in the game, I find another one that I can't reach. I hate you, game. I come back to Dirtmouth to the random bug's wife. I buy a compass and a quill off of her. I can now see where I'm going. I continue to explore the underground area and I come across my first real boss. And honestly, he was kind of a cakewalk, but he still rolled me. What the fuck? I come back though and destroyed him. I don't give up. I look at my map and realize there is a new symbol on it. I head towards it. Some random dude in a cloak speaks to me and I get some weird power up, the Vengeful Spirit. So I can like shoot these waves at people now. Anyway, since he gave it to me, he pretty much forced me to deal with his own problems as a forced thank you. So he gets me to use my new ability to kill the thing that's giving him problems. Anyways, he finally lets me out and I continue with my adventure. I'm already feeling great about this game. Great storytelling, great art style, and a really nice combat system. I've never been good at platform games, but this one seemed better than the rest. The game is quite literally teaching you determination, as every time you die, you are going to go back down unless you're a crybaby. Anyways, with my newfound skill, I can finally kill the same guy that the dude was having problems with. Turns out I was having problems with him too, and now I've entered a new area, no map anymore. So this area to me was just a game of walking into areas and guessing if they are important to me or not. I'm not even kidding, I spent an hour and 3 minutes in this place, so I'm gonna recap it for you. I looked around for literally 15 minutes until I found the map maker. Thank God, now I can see where I'm going. Kept on walking around killing enemies, and I kept seeing this other person with the needle, and then it just ran away right after. Interesting stuff. This is called foreshadowing. Also saw some random dude hiding in a cave. He was cool though. I wasted my time by killing this flying thing and it led to nowhere. Saw some dude getting his head eaten off by a massive flying thing. I tried saving him and I died. Come back. He's still in the same position, but this time I save him. He wasn't grateful at all. I move on. And eventually I run into this girl again. Find out its name is Hornet by the internet. It wants to fight me. It wins. I come back. I fight her again. But this time, I win. She disappears. I leave victorious. But actually, I don't leave. These weird looking hallucination things appear on my screen. I don't understand the lore in this game at all. I leave. I meet a random dude in a nice looking house. I leave the house. Kill someone and enjoy the view. I also forgot to mention that I unlocked a new ability by killing Hornet. I can now fly through the air. Kinda. Thank God I got this power though, because now I can finally progress into the game. I access the area I couldn't before, and I rest on the bench. I'm feeling great. I'm loving this game. Like actually, I love it. Anyways, I speak to some happy guy and he tells me some stuff. My attack now reaches further, and now I can hold more level up things. Yeah. I go back to the green and nice area, and I head down. I end up in some place where jellyfish float without water, and they are deadly. I enter some fungal area, and this place was a breeze compared to where I have been recently. I find Mr. Map Guy. Thank God again. I can now see where I'm going. Again. I fight some random mini mushroom boss, and they were so shit I didn't even die once, and I suck at this game. I come across this weird guy selling fragile stuff. This game still confuses me. Anyways, I continue my venture. I enter a new area and now I'm getting attacked constantly by these stick guys. I continue on. Turns out the stick guys are called mantis. Lol, I could have guessed that. I enter the mantis village, still getting destroyed by these guys. I obtain the mantis claw and now I can climb on walls. I've been waiting the whole game to get this. A true game changer. I continue through the mantis village and come across a new boss fight, the mantis lords. And when I mean I suck at this game, I literally mean it. I was getting absolutely obliterated by these guys and was not enjoying it at all. Why did I just jump into it like a fuck? But my determination shone through, and on my grilling of time, I defeated the Mantis Lords. Finally. Call me the best player ever, I'm insane! Now, whenever I walk through the Mantis village, no one attacks me, except they bow down to me. It's like I'm respected around here. Anyways, I collect a couple new things around the area and head to bed. I wake up, and now we continue to roll. As you can see, I'm kind of just running through the game now, but this game is truly one of the best games I've played. Not as good as Elden Ring though. Nothing can make me feel as accomplished as that game did. I venture on, and come across the City of Tears, and this is my favorite place so far. Amazing soundtrack, and just a really nice area. I continue to kill some bugs. I come across a nail smith, and I would say this is the most important person in the game. I can finally do more damage with my nail, so that's what I do. I now attack with more damage. Hell yeah. I continue on. I get trapped in a room with some bugs. They were no match for me and my new nail. I buy another map. Who could have guessed? And then I do a ton of pointless running around trying to figure out where to go. I come across another mini boss. Once again, not as good as me, as I absolutely destroy him. I'm getting confident at this game. I know what I'm doing. And finally, I come across another boss, the Soul Master. Now, initially, I thought I was going to spend the next 5 hours fighting this guy, and I'm dead. What the fuck? But in fact, I only only fought him 3 times before I learned his very simple attack patterns and use it against him. Turns out he has a second phase, still no match for me, no one is. I unlock a new ability, the Desolate Drive. I can now do what he was doing to me the whole time, smashing into the ground. I'm feeling great. I leave the dead body of the Soul Master. I use my new ability to smash through floors, pretty cool, and then spend so long walking around the same areas and had no clue what to do. I eventually sell all these things I collected in return for some good cash. I unlock a sewer type thing, also pretty cool. I head back to Dirtmouth to buy the Lumafly lantern so I can see down the sewer place I just opened moments ago, so I head down the sewer. Turns out the place is called the Royal Waterways, and the enemies in here are annoying as hell. Worst place I've been in so far. So I kill a lot of the annoying enemies and I find Mr. Map Guy. So I buy a map, which is useful because it's hard as hell to see down here, and so I continue on. I start hearing laughter from somewhere, so I follow it, and I end up in another boss fight, the Dung Defender. This guy was quite easy. I don't think it was supposed to be a challenging boss. I killed him on my second go, and I collect the Defender's crest. I leave the area and collect the King's Idol. I roll out and continue to explore, and I come across a cutscene, and Hornet comes back, which I'm hyped for because she's cool as shit. Anyway, she says a couple things which makes no sense, and she runs away. And here I am, looking at the Hollow Knight. You know, the name of the game? Yeah, that's him. I roll out, and I come across these 3 large pillars, and they trap me in some light cage. The things I saw at the start of the game come back, and I awake in a different area. This weird thing makes platforms for me, and I follow it through this area, and it finally gives me the dream nail. This thing looks so sick. Anyways, I wake up in some random area by some weird fly thing, and it tells me to go collect essence. No idea what it's talking about. I collect the Soul Eater charm thing, and move on. I come back to Dirtmouth and buy the Resting Grounds map. I then go back down and enter Crystal Peak to use my new dive ability to enter an area I couldn't before. I come across numerous challenges and obstacles, and I absolutely lose my mind. I hated this area, but this was the biggest lesson for me: determination and discipline. I eventually finished all that and collected some new ability from some dead big bug, the Crystal Heart. I can now literally fly. It's so cool. More obstacles lay ahead of me, and I lose my mind again. What? I come across and find some dude stuck in ice, and once I break him out, he gives me the Descending Dark. I head back to the Mantis village, go past the Mantis lords, and enter Deep Nest. I explore this area and very quickly find Mr. Map Guy, and it was the cheapest map I bought since the start. I continue to explore, killing enemies which are absolutely terrifying, and I come across myself. Like literally, there is 2 of me standing on this screen. Pretty weird. I continue to explore and come across a hot spring. I love these things. There is a bench right next to it, so I sit there as well. And I move on. I come across these massive truck enemies which nearly destroy me, but luckily I can go around them. I continue to venture on for longer than I would like to admit. And I come across some broken down tram station. I kill some enemies and enter a broken tram, where I collect the tram pass. No idea what this does, but it seems pretty cool. Eventually, I find the little thing I can use my tram pass in. 250 geo? Seems worth. I bought it. And then I enter some weird nest looking area. And all these people in robes tell me that it's safe and to rest on the bench. And me being way too trustworthy, I sit down. I get trapped and I can't escape. Who could have thought these guys weren't trustworthy? And I wake up in a den. I escape my trap and move on. I come across these massive truck enemies again that I couldn't defeat before, but now they're a piece of cake. Not because I'm better at the game, but because I know how to kill them. It wasn't too hard to figure out. I continue to explore the area and I find some dude sleeping. Like, what the hell? I hit him with the dream nail and enter the dream world again. I love this place. I see the same dude floating in the air again, and he just lets me kill him. No fight needed. That's how I like it. Looks like I broke one of the 3 seals, and I move on. I go back to the hot spring, and I enter a tram. I ride the tram and enter a new area. I search this area for quite a while, and all the enemies in this area are annoying as hell. Like, no joke, almost like every enemy in this game. Anyways, I come across some black orb thing and obtain a pale ore, and then I leave. And I enter the ancient basin, and I find Mr. Map Guy. I know his name is like Cornifer or something. I just like my other name more. I buy the map, and then I buy a bench so I can sit down. I leave, and I come across another boss, the Broken Vessel, and he looks like me. He was pretty easy. I got him on the second go, and I enter the area that killing him opened, and I collect the Monarch wings. I can now double jump. Hell yeah. I leave, and I head all the way back to the Nailsmith, the best guy in the game, and I upgrade my nail again. I'm getting stronger. I continue to explore, and I enter Kingdom's Edge. This place is pretty chill, I'll be completely honest. And I find Mr. Map Guy again, and buy another map. I then leave, and I find some guy selling me attack techniques for 800 geo. I go out and collect the geo, I come back, and I pay for his lessons. I obtain the dash slash, and I didn't even read the text properly, so I have no idea how to use it. I continue to explore again, and I see my very close friend Hornet come across me again. She runs away, like she always does. I follow her, and I enter another boss fight with her. Now, it took me a few tries just to understand her new attacks, got mad a few times. What the fuck? And eventually killed her again. Well, I didn't kill her, she said I'm worthy, and she runs away. Again. I walk off and enter a new area called the Cast Off Shell, and I get branded by the King's brand. It says some gates will be opened. Anyways, the place starts collapsing, and Hornet, the person I just had a brawl with, helped me out and saved me. I leave, and I unlock the massive door that marking by the king lets me open, and I enter the abyss, which is practically just a massive hole in the ground. I fall down. I continue to explore this area and find a lighthouse, and I turn on the light. I go to the right and sit in a pool of black stuff, and I absorb the shade cloak. I can now dash without being hurt. I leave the abyss. I continue to explore, and I get trapped in a room of enemies. I don't know who these guys think they are because they stood zero chance. I find some happy old insect girl and I move up on the tower. And I enter a boss fight with the Watcher Knights. Now honestly, my friends were telling me this was the hardest boss fight in any game. Like, what? I honestly didn't find them too hard. Like, yeah, I died, but learning their attack patterns aren't too hard, so I finished them off. And I go up an elevator and I find another dreamer. I hit it with my dream nail and I enter the dream world, my favorite place. Once again, it stood no chance as the bro was sleeping, so I kill it and I break another seal. I wake up and leave the area and I end up entering Fog Canyon, as I haven't really been here before. So I continue through Fog Canyon and now I can get through this black wall with the new ability I got before. I find Mr. Map Guy and I buy a map for the area. Hell yeah. And I end up entering the teacher's archives and come across another boss called Umu, who is literally the easiest thing I've done in my life. You just dodge the electrical things, wait for an opening, and strike at the bro. Anyways, I kill him pretty quickly. I go into the area it unlocked and slice the last dreamer with my dream nail. And once again, I enter the dream world and kill the last dreamer. The last seal has been broken. There was only one thing left to do. Take back everything. I head back to Dirtmouth, where this all started. And the beginning of the end begins. I fight the Hollow Knight, the final boss. The fight was long, the fight was hard, the fight was challenging, and sometimes I thought the fight would never end. But it did. I did it. I took back everything. Everything I worked for was eventually worth it. And that's what this game is all about. Hard work and perseverance. Beating a challenge you thought would not have been possible, but you had it inside you the whole time. You just had to work for it. Thank you, Team Cherry. Hollow Knight was genuinely everything.